So
Yeah.
we'll call it to order then. It's the August 19th meeting of the Environmental Stewardship Committee. It's about 2:05. As you said, Rose, there's no minutes because last meeting we combined with the auditor. I've asked Tom to give a brief update on the noise program, the monitoring program. Tom, if you could give us some information on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And also happy to provide an update too on the on air purifiers as well. If that makes sense for
Sure.
for the schedule. But so just a quick update on the noise program. So the plan will be to share an update on the last noise monitoring report that we had produced for the next board meeting. So not tomorrow, but the one after. So we'll have a kind of in-depth look at the noise monitoring readings and high-level takeaways, which really will cover the summer months. But outside of that, we're also beginning the process of deploying these portable noise monitors out to residential properties. So we've received a queue of requests from residents that want them on their property. So what we're going to do is take a look at that list. We have a couple in mind for those first deployments, and really the objective of that part of the program is to say, okay, now we've looked at what that noise exposure looks like on airport, and how does it look like as we move them further out from the airport property, and taking a look at different sides. And so we've even gotten requests in Brantford. So, that'll be interesting to do. We're going to prioritize the immediate neighborhood, but eventually get those out over to Brantford as well, just to have a complete picture on that noise exposure. So that's where we stand as of now.
How long will they be in people's yards, Tom? What's the
So we're going to do 2 weeks, which we think is a good enough amount of time to get a complete picture. Really, 1 week is sufficient, but I think that just for our purposes here, just to get a more comprehensive look over a 2 week period. And since we have the two of them, we'll do two houses simultaneously, or as close to simultaneously as we can. And then subsequent noise monitoring reports will, of course, include the similar takeaways that we've shared on airport property, but looking at them from out in the community.
Cool.
It'll be nice for people to know what the facts are right where they live, because it's not the same to say what it is at the airport to the people who are, feel like they're suffering. And if they feel like they are. I'm sure driving by there, even with my windows closed, I can hear how loud the planes are when they're idling. So I think this is a good thing. And are you going to move them like around the New Haven side of the airport and the East Haven side?
Exactly.
There's not that many houses on the other side where the other air a little I forget what that company is where they have all the small planes.
Robinson.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people have asked over there, although I don't know, maybe Kenneth does.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. We're gonna, and this is again, really, since this is a long-term process and a forever program, what we'll be able to do is start off with those we've received inquiries from, which have come in from both East Haven and New Haven. And so the goal will be to capture, kind of both municipalities as we roll them out to the community. The idea too, just so we're all aware, is to really bring these monitors back inside over the winter months. So one of the things that we experienced last year was just a difficulty in capturing regular, consistent data during the winter for a variety of different reasons, one of which is a regular power source. The other is to make sure that they have shelter in place. So, for example, when they're not plugged in, they run off of solar. But, in the winter when it snows, the snow covers the solar panels. And so it comes a bit complicated. And so we'll evaluate the most effective deployment strategy for the winter. And I think it's really just to bring those inside when the weather's especially inclement. And so we'll continue to capture, as far as I'm concerned, as long as somebody submitted an inquiry and is willing to participate and engage, it does require that the residents sign a contract just to kind of review all the responsibilities and expectations that are involved with hosting these pieces of equipment. We'll run through everybody on that list over time.
Great.
Are you going to do something like that with the fumes as well? Because I know there are certain houses that really feel the draft from the fumes, and I don't know if that's something that will be, looked at also.
So this program will be focused exclusively on noise. We have on the air quality side, and it's a good segue into the air purifier program. We have air quality monitors through Purple Air, that some of which we've installed on airport property and around airport property, and others that the city has installed as well nearby and across the city. Those air quality monitors in and around the airport read fairly consistently with the air quality monitors that we see even in downtown New Haven and across the greater New Haven region. So even though it's not reflected in the data on the air quality monitors, following the request from the community at some past community meetings, we launched the residential indoor air program. And so letters went out for that program about a week and a half ago. Last week, residents and homeowners started to receive those letters. And as of Friday last week, which was when the last I spoke with our program managers, it looked like we had about 100 applications. And so all of those applications will go through a qualification process. And it's essentially just verifying that they're on the list of eligible homes that we had produced, which stood at about 835. So quite an expansive list. So those inquiries are coming in, those applications are coming in, being reviewed. And then on a rolling basis, we'll be reaching back out to those qualified homes with the instructions on how they can receive the free air purifier that comes with a free filter as well. And that filter lasts up to 12 months. And so for awareness, that process to receive the air purifier is that residents will get a URL, a unique URL, and a unique promo code for them to go on to the website directly. It's called Allen.com. Allen is the manufacturer of these air purifiers, and they'll just be able to go in, use that unique promo code, which will bring their costs to zero, and then they'll just plug in their address, and it'll ship.
Great.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put Jeremy on the spot here a little bit. Could you or Michael give us an update on the Vale sweeper and mowers? Do you have them, or did we get the grant?
Yeah, Jeremy just gave me the nod. He's like, you can take that one. So yeah, so just so everybody knows, we applied for what a ZEV or ZEV grant, so a zero electric vehicle grant with the FAA, or and we were chosen for that. So super excited for the airport and to be able to do that. The award was for an electric sweeper and a vacuum truck. So similar to kind of what the city would use to kind of run up and down the streets and be able to clean the curbs, and then also have a vacuum on it to vacuum out storm drains or kind of vacuum up debris. So that'll be an electric sweeper vacuum that we can use, for parking lots here, along our curbs, the curbs along the terminal, in a lot of different ways, and kind of be able to clean out storm drains. So that is something that Jeremy and I have talked about for probably 2.5 years before we even knew we could get an electric one. So so excited to have that piece of equipment. Also, we're gonna have two zero-turn mowers, electric mowers. And so those will be used again to kind of cut grass here. As we all know, mowers in neighborhoods can cause a lot of noise, and so having the electric mower, be exciting, and then zero-turn mowers, so we can kind of do bigger sections of the airfield and the grass, and then The other piece of the grant was for a DC fast charging station. So we have some level 2 charging stations here at the airport, but this will be a level 3 charging station. So that'll be great to be able to go to get a quicker charge on the especially on the electric sweeper. And then also we have some EV vehicles here. So we have, a Chevy Bolt, some Mach-E Mustang, Ford electric Mustangs. We have a new Ford Lightning that we added to our fleet of vehicles. So we continue to add kind of on the electric vehicles outside of this grant, but having a DC fast charge station will be helpful for for the airport in particular as we continue to grow our electric vehicle suite. So Tom, the we've gotten the bids. FAA has indicated that the we'll get fully funded for the grant, and we're working with McFarland Johnson to process the grant. So that's
Great.
kind of where we're at, and then we'll give you an update as we know more.
Can you show my neighbor how to use an electric blower? And by the way, Michael, I attended a webinar last week, and it had an autonomous cutter that you program, and it was
Yeah.
electric. Thought that was very interesting. Some airports are looking into those. So
Yeah, so autonomous, the other in the future, like an autonomous, electric shuttle. Those are interesting. So there's a lot that will come down and with technology over the next, a number of years, and it'll be interesting to see how it evolves. But
those Waymo cars are going all over. I think Phoenix it is or something. So
they
that's
are,
cool.
they are Vegas, Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're excited to FAA give us that grant and to be able to add to the electric vehicle suite here.
Okay. Anybody have anything else? Other business? Rose, any
No.
questions?
Just, I always like an update as to where you are with any of the renovations to move to the other side, what's going on
I
still.
can't wait to move to the other side.
I can't wait to get you out of Morse Cove, and I want you to take that traffic calming circle with you. Sorry, Giovanni, I love you, but really, seriously, take it to East Haven.
Oh, thank
Right.
you. Don't be piling more onto East Haven. We're getting piled on enough.
We have. So Rose, the work continues with the work continues on the CT Deep process. So as I think we've all communicated, the application went into CT Deep at the end of April. Our comments, kind of was a 3,000 page, I think, application that went in. Deep is in receipt of that. We look to get some comments on that from them, in the near future. And then subsequently we'll respond, to their comments. And then it goes, kind of continues that technical review process. So once they finish their technical review, then they issue a notice of determination. And then once you get to the notice of determination, then the public has a kind of a 40-day public comment period. And then we kind of, take it from there. So as of right now, we're kind of following that process through and expect that to continue, probably at least till the end of this year. And
There's
then
still
we'll have
ongoing lawsuits like Save Our Sound, et cetera, as part of this also.
That's Save Our Sound and East Haven have filed their appeal to the FAA, finding a no significant impact. So the FONSI, that all is has been heard, and everybody's filed their briefs into DC Circuit Court. And the court has that currently under consideration, and then we'll determine, likely in the fall, whether there's going to be oral arguments or whether they'll reach a decision. So that continues on, and not it's really with the court at this point. So we'll have probably an update in the fall. Whether kind of it continues with oral arguments or whether the court will make a decision. So we'll find out on that.
Great, thank you. And I ask these questions, even though there are only two other attendees on here, but I think for the minutes and record so that it's asked and answered for people who want to
Yeah.
read this later.
Absolutely, 100%, and
right.
appreciate your interest in asking for everybody else.
All right, I don't have anything else.
And just a reminder, we do have a board meeting tomorrow night at 4 o'clock. So,
Justin texted me. He says, "Oh no, sorry. I think he lost track of the time. He forgot.
okay,
Oh no, sorry, I forgot." That's from Justin.
All right.
all righty, well, we'll get the minutes out and you can catch
All
up.
right, everybody have a great day.
Thank
Great.
you all very
Thank
much.
you.
Enjoy this
Appreciate it.
fall weather. Bye.
Summer weather. Thank
Bye.
you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.